Hello all, welcome to the program Know Your Government by Ekam IAS, an initiative where a government scheme is picked up and is elaborated, followed by a question which is in line with the UPSC pattern. Today we will discuss a scheme which is known as the National Skill Development Mission. National Skill Development Mission. This scheme of National Skill Development Mission was officially launched on occasion of World Youth Skill Day in 2015. So it was in 2015 that we have released or the scheme of National Skill Development Mission was released. Now, this is developed to create convergence across sectors and states in terms of skill training activities. So to focus upon the skill training among different states and to focus upon its convergence is one of the key idea of the skill development mission, skill training. Now, to achieve the vision of skilled India, so achieving the vision of skilled India, a consolidated and coordinated skilling efforts as well as to expedite the decision making across sectors. As you would know, Skilled India initiative is an initiative wherein which that is clearly planned upon to empower the skill set of the peoples across our nation. So under the skill development mission, what has been clearly planned up is to consolidate and coordinate the skilling efforts plus to focus upon making decisions regarding skill set part across different sectors in a very quick manner. The Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship is the ministry who is implementing this program. Now, under this mission, they have put up a very structured organizational systems in place. What they have at top is something which is known as the Government Council or the Governing Council. Governing Council followed by a steering committee, then followed by a mission directorate, and to the mission directorate, two sets of institutions are reporting. One is the State Skill Development Missions and some set of institutions known as the NSDA, NSDC and DGT. I'll repeat it once more. What we have is the Governing Council at the top, followed by the Steering Committee, then Mission Directorate, to whom NSDA, that is National Skill Developmental Agency, National Skill Developmental Council and Directorate General of Training and State Skill Development Mission has been reporting to the Mission Directorate. Prime Minister of India is chairing the Governing Council. What all are the key objectives of the skill mission? First one is to create an end-to-end implementation framework. Create an end-to-end implementation framework for skill development by focusing upon skilling in the school curriculum. So one is to focus upon skill training in the school curriculum. Then quality long and short-term skill training. So apart from the skills which has been given as part of the school curriculum, how separate quality long and short term curriculums being done, as well as because of the skill thing which has been given to them, ensuring a career progression that is meeting the aspirations of the people who are taking up the skill training sessions. So first one is to focus upon on an end-to-end implementation framework pertaining to skill. Second thing is the idea to create a framework for outcome-focused training. Outcome-focused training, that one set of person have undergone a skill training. So what could be the output which they are going to get after the entire process? And to leverage upon that outcome is one of the key objectives of this mission. Establish and enforces cross-sectoral, nationally and internationally acceptable standards. So the skilling should be happening in a mode wherein which it is taking care about the best standard practices available on a cross-sectoral basis, on a national basis as well as upon an international basis for a global practice as well. And sound quality assurance framework. Sound quality assurance framework to ensure quality skill training is happening is again one of the key objectives of this mission. Apart from this, this mission is also focusing upon capacity development for some of the unorganized sectors. So for example, if you take the construction sector, many people who are currently working in the construction sector, they may not have the sufficient skills to even perform that job in an efficient manner. And so to train them so that subsequently they move up into an organized sector is also one of the key objective envisaged under this mission. Develop a network of quality instructors or trainers and establishing high quality teacher training institutions. So two ideas, one is of training the trainers as well as establishing high quality institutions which can deliver these kind of trainings is also one of the objectives. Then leveraging existing public infrastructure. So whatever be the current public infrastructure which has been available, focusing upon that, inculcating the skill training mechanism by taking them along with this in the process is also the next objective of the skill mission. Now, offer a passage for overseas employment through specific programs. So once the applicants or the aspirants have undergone this skill training, there should be an avenue where in which they are also getting overseas job environments. So focusing upon that is also the employability of the people across the globe who are undergoing this program is also one of the key objectives. Then propagate aspirational value of skilling among youth by creating social awareness on value of skilling. So creating an awareness in terms of skilling so that more people aspire to take these kind of skill training programs is also one of the agenda which has been enlisted. Maintain a national database known as the Labour Market Information System, LMIS, Labour Market Information System, which will act as a portal for matching the demand and supply of skilled workforce in the country. Having a clear-cut data about pertaining to a particular skill, who are all the number of employees who are skilled in that one, who are all the number of resources who are skilled in that one, so that having a correct mapping of the labor part with the skill deficiency and skill management is the idea of Labour Market Information System. Now, under this mission, we have seen about the standards organizational structure which is in place, and the mission directorate will be supported by 3 other institutions. So 3 more institutions are also involved in it. Those are the NSDA, NSDC and DGT. NSDA, NSDC and DGT. NSDA is for National Skill Development Agency, National Skill Development Corporation and Directorate General of Training. Directorate General of Training. Now, you have the Governing Council, Steering Committee, Mission Directorate, the National Skill Developmental Agency. NSDA's key objective is to focus upon the quality and standards. So the quality framework is something which has been envisaged by the NSDA and also to focus upon the research and policy. So quality plus research and policy guidance is something which the NSDA takes care of, whereas the National Skill Development Corporation is focusing upon the Sector Skills Council as well as supporting private sector. So supporting private sector means apart from the current institutions of the government which has been involved in the skill training, those institutes who are coming up extra from a private node to aid in the skill training, to support upon that one, to take care of their operational execution part is also something which has been envisaged under the National Skill Developmental Corporation. And Sector 4 or the formation of the skill councils in different sectors, because the skill requirement in different sectors could be different. Focusing upon that is also one is done by the NSDC. Directorate General of Training, they are focusing upon the training part, training of people in the skill developmental part, as well as promoting apprenticeship type training. That is when students are studying, along with their studies, they are made to come and have an industry exposure and an industry experience, and that is being facilitated by the Directorate General of Training. Next thing for us to understand is that under this mission, there are close to 7 sub-missions. So 7 sub-missions are there under this mission. First one is the mission on, or the submission on institutional training, submission on institutional training, submission on infrastructure, submission on convergence, submission on trainers. institutional training would mean, that is basically to propose multi-skill institutes would be established in public-private partnership. So the establishment of institutes to give trainings upon skill development is the idea of institutional training submission. Next is infrastructure, that is to either to build capacity or also to leverage upon the current infrastructure. Focusing upon the infrastructure part pertaining to the skill development is the idea of submission of infrastructure, whereas convergence of different skill developmental missions of different states, etc., and of different ministries is also focused by the submission on convergence. Submission on trainers is something which is focusing upon the trainers development as well as imparting more training to them. Then overseas employment, submission on overseas employment ensures that people who are undergoing this skill training, they are also getting an avenue for overseas employment as well. Provide information about the employment opportunities abroad and also enabling the aspirants to access them. So provide about the opportunities in the overseas framework. Overseas environment is also a part of this framework. Sustainable livelihood, ensuring that people who are part of this mission are getting a sustainable livelihood option to live once they are completing the skill training part as well. And the last one is to leveraging upon the public infrastructure. So it consists of 7 submissions. 4 we have discussed. Next is on overseas employment, sustainable livelihoods, and submission to leveraging upon the public infrastructure. We will now see a question which is based with the National Skill Development Mission. Consider the following statements related to National Skill Development Mission. The governing council will be supported by 3 other institutions named NSDA, NSDC and DGT. So if you clearly examine the chart as we have discussed, it is not the governing council which is not, this will be reporting to the mission directorate. So it will be the mission directorate who will be supported by these 3 agencies. So governing council is there at the top to decide upon the policy matters depending upon the top leadership related matters. This statement holds false as these are reporting to the mission directorate. Then leveraging public infrastructure, overseas employment, institutional training are the only 3 submissions under the missions. We have just now seen that this mission has got 7 submissions. So these 3 are also submissions, but these are not the only 3 submissions, which is making the first statement wrong. First statement wrong is helping us to eliminate option A and option C, so which is left with option B and option D. A second statement is wrong. Second statement wrong means B is also wrong. So the correct answer is neither one nor 2 is the correct statement. Thank you so much.